Now we are going to derive an expression for the mutual inductance between two long coaxial solenoids. So the mutual induction between the two coils, now it is denoted by the symbol M. So we are considering two coils, one smaller coil and one larger coil. So the smaller coil is of a less diameter, the larger coil is of a greater diameter, so that one coil is placed along the axis of the other coil. Now in this picture you see this blue color coil is a larger coil and this green color coil is a smaller coil. Now what are all the terms I have written you see here? Capital A1 is the area of cross section of the outer coil which is large. Capital A2 is the area of cross section of the inner coil which is smaller. And capital N1 is the total number of turns in the outer coil, that is larger coil. Similarly, N2 is the total number of turns of the inner coil which is smaller coil. But both the coils are of the same length. This is to be noted. So L is the length of both the coils. They are having the same length. So I divide the total number N1 by L, that will be denoted as small n1. What is small n1? It is equal to capital N1 divided by L. So this is the turns density of the first coil. Turns density means what? The number of turns per unit length for the larger coil or the outer coil. Similarly, small n2 denotes what? Capital N2 divided by L. That is called as turns density of the second coil, which is the inner coil, that is the smaller coil. Now I1 is the current flowing in the first coil, that is outer coil, and I2 is the current flowing in the second coil, that is the inner coil. So here there are two magnetic fields. One is B1 due to the current I1 flowing in the first coil, and B2, this is the magnetic field along the axis of the second coil due to the current I2 flowing in the second coil. So first we start with the magnetic field in the larger coil. So magnetic field in the first coil, that is in the outer coil, which is larger coil, that is 1. So this is denoted by the symbol capital B suffix 1. So B1 is the magnetic field along the axis of the outer coil, and this is now equal to mu naught into number of turns per unit length small n1 into the current which is flowing in the first coil, that is I1. So we have to begin with this equation only. Okay students. So B1 is equal to mu naught into I1 n1 into I1. Now carefully you have to listen here. The first coil is producing a field along its axis. So inside the diameter throughout the axis of the larger coil there is magnetic field. And inside that magnetic field who is present is the second coil, is it not? So here you should understand that this magnetic field will be linked with the entire second coil. The entire second coil is inside the presence of the field due to the first coil. So what will be the magnetic flux linked with the second coil we are going to find out. For that first I will write magnetic flux. Okay, magnetic flux per turn. Per turn means for each turn. Magnetic flux per turn, okay, linked with the coil 2. So this is coil 2. So the second coil is in the presence of the magnetic field due to the first coil. Therefore here magnetic flux per turn linked with the second coil I have to write. Therefore this flux is denoted by phi 2 1. Phi 2 1 means what? There are two suffixes, two factors, is it not? Phi 2 means it is a flux linked with the second coil. The second subscript 1, that is due to the current in the primary coil, that is the first coil. So flux phi 2 1 is equal to this area integral A, okay, into this B1 dot, here how much area of the second coil is linked with the magnetic flux. Therefore, here the area term will be dA2. So, this is a dA2 vector. So, this is equal to, we can also write here A2, no problem, because area of the second coil which is linked with the magnetic field of the first coil. Therefore, this is now equal to B1 into area A2 into cos of 0. Okay, because the angle between the magnetic field of the first coil and the area of the second coil is 0. So, cos 0 is equal to 1. And for B1, what shall we substitute now? Mu naught N1 into I1. Is it not? So, I can write now flux phi 1 is equal to mu naught N1 I1 into A2. So, this is the expression for the magnetic flux linked with only one single turn of the second coil, which is placed inside the magnetic field of the first coil. Since two coils are involved, carefully you have to understand. Okay, students, if this is the flux with one turn means, how many number of turns are there in the secondary coil? You see, the second coil is having N2 number of turns, is it not? Therefore, flux linkage of coil 2, okay, of coil 2, flux linkage of coil 2 is given by N times, that is N2 times 5 to 1. This is subscript correctly if you write means there is no confusion. So, this is the flux linkage of the second coil. Second coil is having total number of turns, how much? Capital N2. Therefore, I am substituting N2 times this 5 to 1. And this is now equal to this N2. You see here N2 divided by L is equal to small n2. Therefore, capital N2 is equal to what? Small n2 times L. I am going to substitute here small n2 into L. This is for capital N2. And the flux with each turn already is there. So, into mu naught, then N1, I1 into A2. Now, I am going to rearrange in a proper order so that we can retain in our memory. So, this same thing I am rewriting now. The flux linkage N2 into 5 to 1. This is equal to, first I will write mu naught. Then in order N1 into N2 into A2, okay, A2 into L, and I will put them inside the bracket. Here the current is I1. So this is now equation 2 for us. So this is equation 2. So what is on the left hand side of equation 2 is the flux linkage of the second coil. This depends on the current flowing in the first coil. Is it not? So I will write also this N2 phi to 1 is proportional to the current flowing in the first coil. So the flux linked with the second coil depends on the current flowing in the first coil. Or this is equal to a constant. So this is N2 into 5 to 1 is equal to a constant M times I1, where M is called the mutual inductance of the second coil with respect to the first coil. Two subscripts I am writing. Is it not? M denotes what? Mutual inductance. Now, mutual inductance of the second coil with respect to the first coil, because this flux linkage in the secondary coil or the second coil depends on the current flowing in the first coil. So, this is our main equation. Okay. So, this is another equation number 3. Already we have got one equation 2. Now, look at the left hand sides of equations 2 and 3. They are same. So, I am going to equate from equating the right hand sides. So, equating the right hand sides of equations 2 and 3. Now, M21 into I1 is equal to, here you see here in bracket what terms are there? Mu naught N1 N2 into A2 into L into I1. So this I1 can be cancelled on both sides. Therefore, what is M21 alone is equal to mu naught N1 N2 A2 into L. So this is another very important equation. So this is the mutual inductance of the second coil with respect to the first coil. Have you all understood up to this? We started with the magnetic field due to the first coil. And then this is the flux linked with each turn of the second coil. In the same way, now we are going to start the next part of the derivation with the magnetic field in the inner coil. I am going to start here itself. So here magnetic field, okay, magnetic field due to or magnetic field in the inner coil. Okay, the inner coil is the smaller coil. So inner coil 2. This is denoted by what? B2. So by formula B2 must be equal to mu naught into N2 into I2. So this is equation number 5. You can see here B2 is equal to mu naught times N2 into I2. So now look at this picture, all of you. This smaller coil is carrying a current I2. And because of this current, there is a magnetic field along the axis of the second coil. Is it not? So the second coil is placed inside the first coil, larger coil. And the second coil is producing a smaller magnetic field only. So the field of the secondary coil is not extending outside the second coil. Is it not? For an ideal solenoid, there is no magnetic field at any point outside. So the field which is produced by the second coil has no effect outside the second coil. So this magnetic field produced by the second coil cannot enclose the entire area of cross section of the larger coil. That you keep it in mind. We are going to repeat once again. Okay students, now you all will see the equation number 5. So we have written the expression for B2 is equal to mu naught N2 into I2. So similar steps only we are going to follow now. So magnetic flux per turn. Now the next step is magnetic flux, okay, per turn in which coil? Now linked with the coil 1. So this is linked with coil 1. So this must be denoted by what? Phi 1 2. So this must be equal to integral of, now the second coil's field is B2. In place of B1 I am substituting B2 dot. Here instead of dA2, anyone will be immediately, his mind will be writing dA1 here. But you be very careful students. Here also we are going to write the same area only. Because the coil is smaller, its field cannot enclose the larger area A1. Is it not? Only you see here this much portion of this area equal to A2 only will be linked with the field. Therefore, here also I am going to write dA2 only. This concept has to be understood. Why here we are not writing dA1? Because the second coil is smaller. Its magnetic field cannot enclose a larger area. So only again the area A2 only will be enclosed with this field B2. Understand? So this is now equal to, so B2 into A2 into cos of 0. This is the only point, very important to be noted. Understand? The first coil is a larger coil, so its field will enclose the entire area A2 of the second coil. But the field of the second coil is smaller, it cannot enclose the larger area A1, and hence here also the same area of A2 of the larger coil only will be enclosed with the B2. Okay, so I am going to substitute the terms now. So what is B2 for us? I am sorry, here it should be B2. Okay, B2 into A2 into cos 0. So instead of B2, what I am going to substitute is, so this is now equal to mu naught N2 I2. So this is mu naught N2 into I2 into area A2. So we have got the comparative equation here. Phi 21 is mu naught N1 I1 A2. Here phi 12 is equal to mu naught N2 I2 into A2. So this is the flux linked with only one turn. Therefore the flux linkage means what? The flux linked with all the number of turns of the first coil. So the flux linkage of coil 1 of the first coil. So that is total number of turns. Total number of turns N1 of the first coil multiplied by phi 12. So this is now equal to capital N1 is the total number of turns of the first coil. This is equal to small n1 into L. Okay, so this is also equal to small n1 into the length of the coil. And in place of phi 12, I will substitute here. So this is equal to mu naught n2 I2 into A2. So the flux linkage, I am going to rearrange this. So this is now equal to N1 into phi 12 is equal to, I will rearrange the terms like this. Now mu naught N1 N2 into A2 into L into I2. So this is another equation. So after 5 means this should be 6. Have you understood this sixth equation? Okay. Now from the definition of magnetic flux linked with the first coil N1 into phi 12. So N1 into phi 12. The magnetic flux linkage of the first coil depends on the current flowing in the second coil, is it not? See the similar equation. N2 phi 1 is proportional to I1. Like that here N1 phi 12 must be proportional to I2. So N1 into phi 12 is equal to some constant M times I2. This time M is the mutual inductance of the first coil with respect to the second coil. Therefore, now the symbol I am going to use what? M12 into I2. Okay, students. So a similar equation we are getting. So this is equation number 7. Okay. Now you see the equation number 6 and 7. The left hand sides are the same. That is the flux linkage for the total first coil. So I am going to equate. So equating equations. Okay. That is 6 and 7. The left hand sides are same. So the right hand sides must be the same. Okay. So now M12, that is M12 into I2 is equal to mu naught N1 N2. So this is a mu naught N1 N2 into A2 into L in brackets into I2. Now cancelling I2 on both sides. You see here I am going to cancel I2 on both sides. Therefore, what is the remaining term? I will write again. So after cancelling this, it is found that M12 is equal to mu naught N1 N2 into A2 into L. So this is another main equation, and this can be taken to be equation 8. Now you observe equation 4 and equation 8. What is equation 4? So mutual inductance of the second coil with respect to the first coil is mu naught N1 N2 A2 into L. What is equation 8? The mutual inductance of the first coil with respect to the second coil is also equal to the same factors, mu naught N1 N2 A2 into L. Are you finding that M12 is also equal to M21? So we will write like this. Hence M12 is equal to M21. So we find that when two coils are placed one inside the other, there is mutual induction between the two coils and the mutual inductance of the first coil with respect to the second coil, as well as the mutual inductance of the second coil with respect to the first coil, both are one and the same. Is it not? So here mu naught is involved. That means it is called air core solenoid. Okay. Suppose in place of air in any other medium means then for any other medium it will be mu r multiplied by mu naught into N1, N2 into A2 into L. Okay students, have you all understood? Okay, fine.